Start.
Hi, this is Leaerins Moore's fourth speech, the persuasive speech for Composition Class 101. My paper is, or my speech is on how I think abortions should be illegal. Abortions have been a controversial discussion of Americans for many years. Women have been having abortions not only through themselves, like doing it to themselves, but also through doctors, having doctors partake in killing babies as well. In the United States, they were not legal until around the 1970s, and so just imagine before then women who wanted abortions trying to get them out themselves without any help. The Supreme Court decided this during the Roe versus Wade. This was basically the last straw, so that way the abortions could be legalized. Ever since then, women have been getting abortions not only to free themselves of motherhood and choosing their relationships with their significant others as not wanting to have children, but they've also been done just because of accidental pregnancies and rapes and things like that. Abortion is definitely what I would consider murder, because if like say for instance, if you're to kill a little kid, then it's considered murder. So there's not a difference in if you're killing a kid who is still inside your womb. The killing of an innocent human being has always been a troublesome topic to talk about. And babies are very innocent human beings. They have no intention of hurting anyone at all or anything like that. And they don't know right from wrong because they don't even realize what they're doing yet. Even a 6-week-old baby outside of the womb doesn't have as much arm movement or anything as as they do inside of the womb. And this is a 6-week-old baby inside the womb that just got aborted. As you can tell, he's not any bigger than a quarter, and he was aborted, and just so that way the troubles of the mother could go away and she wouldn't have to remember any of it. The first 3 months of pregnancy, the baby actually develops a fingerprint, so I would say that has a lot to do with the making of a person, because through IDing you have like fingerprints your whole life. Like if you get in trouble, they can take your fingerprint and be able to find you and make sure that that matches you up with the crime scene and everything. So if a baby has a fingerprint still inside the womb, then they already have an identity, and they're already a little person. They use the term fetus when they're inside the womb, but as soon as the baby comes out, it is then called a baby. But if you talk to any of the people who do the abortions, they will tell you that it's just a fetus, so you don't need to worry about it. But if it comes to their kids or anything, while they're pregnant, theirs is a baby. They're not worried about, like if it's a fetus or if it's a baby at that point. And to me, it's all the same. they're all babies no matter what. As soon as conception happens, they start becoming a baby. Despite what some people claim, there is nothing more magical than the birth of a child, and taking that away is just taking away part of the magic of your life. The killer claims a lot of lives every year of many innocent children. And I say the killer because it kills all the babies, that it destroys them. And there's a lot of protests that go on during this time when like abortion cases go into court and everything. And I have a picture of an older man standing outside of a courthouse area who's holding up a sign that says abortion kills children, because it's definitely a true statement, and I don't understand why that would have to happen to a little baby. Most moms don't even have an excuse for having an abortion. Some say they had to have the abortion because they were raped, so the baby's not theirs anyway. But it takes two people to make a baby, so it's already half of their genetics anyway. But like some moms don't want to be a mom because they say there's too much of a risk of raising a child. But there are so many people out there who are willing to take in babies, and so many people are just on a list to try to get to have a baby, because babies are so hard to adopt, because there's not very many who continue to be able to be alive due to the abortions. And when I was doing research, there's a thing on one of the websites, Jesus.com, it stated that 98% of abortions are due because of rape, incest, or because of the mother's life. It has nothing to do with why it has a lot to do with why they got pregnant, but not so much of how they could handle the baby. Because some of these people were actually very rich people who could have had the baby and supported it, but because of rape or something just simple like that, they believe that they don't need to keep the baby or around or anything like that. Two of the most common excuses of abortions is they didn't have enough money to raise the baby, or that the timing was just wrong for them. And if the timing's wrong for you, then there's no reason for you to try to be getting pregnant or putting yourself in a position to get pregnant. So there's no reason to say that you have that excuse. Students on studentswestport.com said that if the mother doesn't have any money to support her newborn child, she should have the choice to abort her pregnancy. I don't believe this is true, because if they don't have the money to support their child, then how do they come up with the money to be able to abort their baby? Because it takes a lot of money to be able to abort a baby as well. And many mothers who don't have the money to abort the babies try aborting babies through themselves, like with clothes hangers or just anything they can get their hands on. And this puts the mother